Do you want to help your business grow? Do you want to learn how to network and build relationships? That's what we're going to talk about today. Welcome back to the Help for Leaders podcast. Today we're going to be talking about social regulation, but before we jump in, you need to do all the things: like, subscribe, comment, share this podcast with others. Help us spread the word. So today we're going to talk about social regulation, and that has to do with understanding the emotional makeup of a group and then being able to help bring clarity and then network and really build relationships. And so I want to give you some strategies. If you haven't listened to the 4 previous episodes, I encourage you to go back and listen, because I talk about 4 aspects that are a part of EQ. Self-awareness, which is the foundation. And then we talk about self-regulation. We talk about motivation, which are all internal drivers of EQ. Last week, I talked about social awareness. And then today, we're going to talk about social regulation, which is the 5th and final aspect of EQ. And so I want to give you some strategies on how to develop those networks. First of all, have you ever met someone and then the next time you see them, they remember your name? How does that make you feel? It's amazing when people remember specific details about conversations and then they ask you about them, even if it's a new team member. When you show interest in them personally, that is connecting. That's how you build relationships. I know when I was younger, I was really great at remembering names. And as I've gotten older, it's a little bit harder. So I literally have to say your name several times. Do whatever it takes for you to repeat their name. I think there's studies that show if you say their name within, a couple of minutes, several times, it helps solidify those aspects of remembering details about the person. Again, that's super connecting. Another way that you can absolutely develop that social regulation is through having a mentor that can help you learn all of these nuances and aspects of networking. They can introduce you to professional networks and different groups. I know I had a mentor. He recently passed away, and man, I miss him, but he was so influential in my life as far as introducing me and putting me into situations and circumstances with others, and then helping me learn how my emotions were impacting the whole group and how I could help regulate those situations and circumstances through emotional intelligence. And so having a mentor is super important. I know there was one specific context. We were attending a conference years ago, and it was my first time attending this conference. And he was kind of introducing me to all the people, and we had a big banquet to go to in those several days of the conference. And he got a call from a client needing him to be in an engagement the next day, which was the night of the banquet. And he left. And I remember thinking, oh my goodness, I don't know anybody. I don't even know who I'm sitting with at this table. But he made one connection for me with one person who literally took me under his wing and introduced me to so many people. And it was so connecting. Are you that person? Are you the individual that will go out of your way to help other people feel included? It's so engaging for your team if you can be that person to really reach out and to network. And I realize we all have different behavioral styles. That might be really easy for some of you that are very influential and very assertive and outgoing, and it might feel harder for those of you who are not. And so we can all do it, though. We can all learn to do it. We've all been in those social situations, right? Where we walk into the room and we know no one and it feels awkward. It feels hard. Well, be the person that steps up and really helps bring someone in. Have you ever been the new kid at school? Did you ever move around during school and be that new person? I remember that feeling of being the new girl and not knowing anyone. Who are you going to sit with at lunch? Guess what? It doesn't go away even when we become adults. We want to have someone that helps connect, and you can be that person. That's what social regulation is all about. Networking, connecting, remembering details, remembering remembering people's names and being able to influence even the emotional clarity of the group. So we've talked about walking into a room and just feeling that something is off. And so we like to even use this expression of clear to cloudy. We all know what that means, right? When your emotions are clear, everything's feeling good. But when they're cloudy, it literally clouds our judgment. It clouds our decision making. It clouds every aspect of communication. And so we want to be able to help people get from that cloudy state to that clear state. And we can do that through our interactions with people, through our behavior. It literally takes very little effort to show kindness. And it's really an act of kindness that will help people feel included. And that is a huge part of emotional intelligence. You know, we're giving away a free report right now. You can go to the link in our bio on Instagram. You can find the link in the description of this YouTube video to take a free EQ assessment and learn how you score and learn some strategies to improve emotional intelligence. We'd love to talk to you. We'd actually love to engage with you and help you develop these skills. Reach out to us. All of our contact information, again, is in our bio on Instagram. We'll put all the links in the description to this video. So I hope you've learned something today. I hope you'll join me next week for another episode of Help for Leaders. If you've enjoyed this episode, I'd love for you to watch more content by clicking this link. And then I'd also love for you to subscribe by clicking here.